All right. Today is 7th February 2025. 7th February, Friday, 7th February. 7th February 2025. All right. I have a topic for us today, a very special one. Understanding culture. What truly and what really is culture? Because I have come to realize that a lot of us still do not understand what culture is. We just grew and no one told us anything. We just feel that culture is people's way of life. And we stop there. We almost sometimes blame it with tradition. Culture and tradition. People's lifestyle. People's way of life. But we fail to realize that there is more to culture than that. Yes, sir. There is more to culture than that. Culture is not just people's way of life. Culture is not just people's ways of life. Culture is this survival existence of a particular people. Survival existence. Survival instinct. Survival environment. Anyhow you want to put it. Of a particular species. And if you listen, I said a particular species. So therefore, it's possible for a particular species to have a particular culture that differs from another species from having the same culture. Let's be contextual. I'm always contextual. You're a revolutionary thinker. I always do the thinking for you and the analysis for you. I got you. Let's dwell in. Let's travel into the species of animals. You notice a lion has a specific kind of culture that sustains lions. And let me jot this down. Pause. Each species of any kind, it is their survival is depending on their culture. How should I put this to be clearer? I want it to be more clearer. For any species of any kind to exist on this earth, there must be a culture that is preserving them. If there is no culture that is preserving a species, that species is automatically lead to extermination. I kid you not. I will be contextual. Just follow me. Follow me with logic. Bring in your thinking cap. Follow me. Just follow me with logic. If you notice in the animal kingdom, a lion has a particular species that preserves them. A lion always moves in trees. They have a particular culture. They have a particular way of life. They have a particular way they are doing things. And that particular way of them doing things is what that is preserving them. Let's compare some things. If you now travel to another kind of species of animal, let's go to tiger. Tiger always walks alone because tiger is very, very powerful in nature. It is in tiger's nature. It is in tiger's culture to always move alone. Because one thing about nature is balance. Nature understands perfectly well that if there is no balance, it wouldn't make any sense. So nature designed it in a way that if tiger that is very powerful and very strong in nature should go in trees or should go in packs, or every other animal will suffer. You need to see that one tiger can fight 3 lions and even win. That is how powerful a tiger. You have not seen a tiger before. If a tiger roars, a tiger is very mighty and very powerful in nature. And because it is very violent too in nature, God designs it in a way that tiger move alone. Your culture, in this your culture, it will preserve you because you are powerful. But what will sustain antelope is if antelopes are moving in numbers, or let's really, if you look at buffaloes is a good example. Buffaloes, if you look at buffaloes culture, that's buffaloes way of life. Buffaloes will always move in numbers because their strength lies in their numbers. Imagine for once, about nature is about balance. Imagine for once that a tiger is moving with the numbers that buffaloes always moved. Every other animal, including human, will not exist on earth. Imagine a tiger. Imagine 1,000 tigers running after one thing. That is when you understand that there is a depth instinct of culture that is preserving each species. Now, let's be more contextual. If you travel to a species called monkey has a particular culture that sustains them. Monkeys will need to fly on top of tree branches, because it is in that their culture that they know that for their preservation, for their existence, they need to be living here. If they come down to the ground, it is common for a man to just catch them. It is easy for a lion to just catch a monkey on the ground. A monkey on the ground, a monkey outside his culture is vulnerable. Yes, sir. You know that popular saying that we grew up to hear, that the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. The lion is the king of the animal kingdom. And we actually believe it as children. Nah, any grown-up adult who believes that the animal is the king of animal, the lion is the king of animal kingdom is a cookie man. There's something wrong with your thinking capacity. If a lion is the king of the jungle, tell that same lion that is the king of the jungle to climb upstairs and be combating with monkey on the tree. You will notice that there is culture specific to every animal. That every animal survives as a result of a culture that is preserving them. Nobody is king over anybody. You become vulnerable when you are outside your culture. Immediately the monkey exits his culture on the tree that is preserving him, and comes down and combats with tiger, or combats with a lion. That is when you understand what it means in time. It's okay, no over. Culture, understanding what culture truly is. I've not even come to humans yet. Let's go to water. If you go to fish kingdom, for fishes to survive, they need a particular culture that preserves them. Let's be contextual. If you notice any farmer that is cultivating, that is producing fishes, that is raising fish, you notice that for that to happen, the man needs to create a particular culture that will preserve that fish even before he starts that production, or before he even starts that farm. He will design a culture that is similar to the culture of ocean, so that whatever fish that he brings, the fish will now see a particular culture and follow that culture and survive. That's how you build a fish or pools, and you don't put a specific kind of water, or a particular temperature is not observed. If you bring in a fish in there, all those fishes will die out. A species cannot survive outside its culture. Let's come to man. I don't want this video to be long. Let's come to man. A man, there's nothing like every human is one. Just like we have fishes, we have species, we have different species of fishes. We have big fishes, we have smaller, we have tiny, but all of them are fishes. That is the same way with humans. We have humans, we have specific species kind of humans. We have white people, we have black people, we have Spanish, we have Asians, we have different species. We have Chinese, that is completely different from Africa. We have Africans. Now, if you come to notice that all these species has a particular kind of culture that has been preserving them for thousands of years. Follow me. They have a particular culture and setting that has been preserving them for thousands of years. There is something they call in physics angle of deviation. They call a term angle of deviation. Women started exiting their own culture and presumed and think that they can survive outside their culture. Outside your culture, you are so vulnerable. Outside your culture, you struggle for survival. Outside your culture, you struggle for protection. Outside your culture, you are as good as dead. Yes, sir. You cannot come and do guy for culture. You can't. Fish cannot come and do guy for water. Water was there before the fish. The fish cannot come and do guy for water. Outside water, the fish is struggling for survival. Fish want to do guy. You want to do guy to water or for water. You are not serious. Outside water, you are struggling for survival. If the monkey want to do guy for his culture up in the branches of the tree, if he comes down and says, this culture is old culture, this is the culture my forefathers practiced, I don't want to be doing this culture again. The world has been civilized, the world has upgraded, and then you leave your culture and you exit your culture, you notice you become so vulnerable. This is a charge to men that we should go back to our culture. Outside culture, you are struggling for survival. Outside culture, you are struggling to even exist. That is why we have a lot of poverty ravaging Africans, because we choose another kind of culture that is directly opposite of our culture. A time will come, I will make an explicit teachings on this culture, and I will explain the complete differences between a white man's culture and an African culture. The two are mutually exclusive. The two are direct opposites. You exit your own culture to copy a Western culture, and you are struggling for survival, and you don't even know where your problem is coming from. You don't even know where your problem is coming from. It's like a fish that has lived water, and you are struggling for survival, and you're asking yourself, why are you struggling for survival? Any smart fish should not understand. Anytime I go back to water, anytime I go back to my culture, anytime I go back to my ancient way of life, I don't struggle for survival. You don't teach a monkey how to jump on trees. You don't. In his culture, it automatically understands his survival instinct and start jumping on the tree. Culture is our instinct of survival. Yes, sir. You don't teach a fish how to swim in the water. If you go to water now to swim, they need to teach you how to swim. But why is a mother fish not teaching another fish how to swim? Why is the fish swimming on its own? Why is the fish swimming on its own? Answer now. Answer. Who taught the baby monkey how to jump trees? Who taught the baby monkey how to jump trees? Who taught tiger how to walk alone? Who taught the young tiger growing up how to walk alone? Who taught tiger how to walk alone? Outside your culture, you struggle for survival. You cannot do guy for your culture. You can't. Culture was there before man. Man cannot do guy for culture. Culture preserves man. Your eternal peace lies when you go back to your culture. Thank you very much. Ebreso Akwaiswa, your revolutionary thinker. Don't worry, I will always do the thinking for you. I got you covered.